A new corporation that will signal regional gas transformation structure is being implemented by Ghana and Nigeria after both countries negotiated an innovative barter agreement. Under the agreement, Ghana will stand the chance to convert Nigeria's natural gas into electricity and export power back to Africa's most populous nation. The proposed arrangement has the potential to redefine regional energy cooperation by maximizing each country's strength in natural gas production and electricity generation. Nigeria holds vast natural reserves, while Ghana has established considerable capacity in power generation and energy export. Ghana's energy minister disclosed the ongoing discussion during the African Energy Conference in Accra, describing the initiative as a potential model for West African integration. Presently, Ghana imports Nigerian gas to power its domestic grid and export electricity to Togo, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, and Benin Republic. In Ghana's energy minister's words, he said, "We believe collaboration is possible. Ghana receives gas from Nigeria, converts it into electricity, and re-export. We are exploring the possibility of a barter arrangement under which we take their gas, generate power, and supply electricity back to Nigeria. The agreement is designed to address pressing energy challenges confronting both nations. Despite its significant gas resources, Nigeria as a country continues to face chronic electricity shortages, while Ghana is seeking reliable fuel supplies to sustain its expanding generation capacity. Through sustained investment in generation infrastructure and cross-border transmission systems, Ghana has positioned itself as a regional energy hub. Ghana's existing electricity export to four neighboring states highlights its ability to serve broader West African markets. Nigeria, on the other hand, grapples with a deep-seated challenge in its power sector, including inadequate generation output, transmission bottlenecks, and high distribution losses. A large portion of its natural gas is either flared or remains underutilized due to limited processing facilities. If eventually brought to fruition, the Barter deal will provide Nigeria with dependable electricity import while ensuring Ghana a guaranteed supply of natural gas for its power plants. Such an arrangement will reduce reliance on both nations on volatile global energy markets and enhance regional energy self-sufficiency. Energy analysts have described the initiative as potentially transformative for economic integration in West Africa. Reliable power supply, they argue, would accelerate industrialization and ease energy poverty, which continues to restrict opportunities for millions of households and businesses. The plan also aligns with the broader ECOWAS objective for regional power pooling and electricity market integration. For years, member states have recognized that coordinated energy development is essential to driving economic growth and improving living standards across the sub-region. However, the project implementation will require substantial infrastructure investment and close regulatory coordination between both governments. Critical matters such as pricing structures, delivery timelines, and quality standards for the gas to electricity exchange must be resolved for success. The initiative reflects the growing consensus that long-term energy security in Africa cannot be achieved solely through national measures but requires deeper regional coordination. Climate change pressures and fluctuating global commodity prices have intensified interest in building resilient local energy partnerships. Private sector participation will be vital in financing and managing the infrastructure needed to expand cross-border energy trade. Both Nigeria and Ghana have reiterated their commitment to creating an enabling environment for private investment in such projects. If successfully executed, the Ghana-Nigeria Energy Swap deal could serve as a benchmark for similar cooperative arrangements across Africa, enabling countries to leverage complementary energy resources for shared growth and stability. According to Nigeria's 2024 annual report from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the country produced about 6.86 billion standard cubic feet of gas per day. In the same year, Ghana produced about 330 million standard cubic feet of natural gas per day. This means that Nigeria produced 21 times more gas than Ghana last year. In fact, 10 years ago, Nigeria used to produce between 8.2 and 8.3 billion standard cubic feet of gas per day. Clearly, Nigeria has a lot of gas, but the problem is not gas supply, it is electricity generation. Nigeria's generation capacity is about 13,625 megawatts, according to Nigeria's Electricity Regulatory Commission. However, the country cannot use most of this capacity. In reality, Nigeria operates between 5 and 6 gigawatts because of serious instability, poor transmission infrastructure, fuel supply problems, and vandalism. Meanwhile, in 2024, Ghana's total installed generation capacity was about 5,749 megawatts. Out of that, Ghana can usually rely on between 4.5 and 4.7 gigawatts at any given time because of operational challenges. Also, Nigeria, with a population of over 200 million people, has a dependable electricity supply of only 5 to 6 gigawatts. On the other hand, Ghana, with just 3 million people, has a dependable supply of 4 to 7 gigawatts, which simply means that Nigeria can use between 5 and 6 gigawatts, while Ghana can only use between 4 and 7 gigawatts. This clearly shows where Nigeria's electricity problem lies. The amount of usable power produced each day is far too small for such a large country. That is why it makes sense to have an exchange arrangement where both countries help each other. Nigeria has the gas, and Ghana has the ability to produce electricity. So Nigeria can provide the gas, and Ghana can in turn return electricity in exchange. Currently, Ghana already supplies electricity to Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso and Benin Republic, which is why Ghana is looking at the possibility to extend its power export to Nigeria via Benin Republic. According to the World Bank Energy Progress Report in 2025, about 86.8 million Nigerians do not have access to electricity in 2023. Another report, this time from USAID in 2024, said that about 85 million Nigerians were without electricity. Finally, in March 2024, Nigeria's own federal government admitted that around 92 million people still lack proper electricity access. These numbers are massive. They equal the population of several African countries combined. This means that around 40% of Nigeria's total population has no access to electricity. This has forced so many homes and businesses to depend on generators and diesel fuel, which can be very costly and troublesome. This situation discourages investment and makes it hard for small businesses to grow. Currently, many African countries are facing the same electricity crisis. South Africa, for example, has been rationing power for more than 10 years. Zimbabwe also is experiencing up to 19 hours of power cuts every single day. Zambia is rationing electricity for 12 hours a day. Tanzania also has been struggling with its electricity shortages since 2023. Even Kenya is now considering load shedding as a short-term solution because of transmission problems. So this is not just a Nigerian problem. It's a problem across the whole continent, and Africa needs to find a solution to this, which is why a trade by barter deal between African nations could see to the end of these problems. All across Africa, there are numerous natural resources, but Africa lacks the technical expertise to explore, manufacture, and process these resources. The real struggle has always been about getting proper support and cooperation from neighboring countries so that we can benefit from each other. Unfortunately, too often, instead of trusting each other, most African countries hand over control of these resources to foreigners. Take Rwanda and Congo for example. Rwanda is peaceful while Congo is at war. These two countries could come together and resolve their border issues peacefully, but instead, they prefer to invite America to settle their dispute, and in the process, their resources are drained. Sadly, this is a problem Africa is still facing until today. When it comes to Nigeria, the biggest challenge has always been how the energy sector is managed. Two things are very clear. Either the government and political elite actually benefit from the lack of stable electricity because they can make money selling diesel and generators, or the government has simply refused to upgrade the old power grid equipment for reasons best known to them. If this deal finally comes to fruition, it will go a long way to benefit both countries, as Ghana will receive gas and Nigeria will receive stable power supply. Tell us what you think about this project in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.